Thank you for those kind words. Good morning, good afternoon. No, there's nothing wrong with that. No. As always, though, you know, one of the issues I have when we make these sort of public streams, or is that, can you imagine how it would sound like for someone who just watches this and has no idea who or what, or just like right, like the because a lot of you are not the type to ever willingly admit that this is something that you would watch, much less forcing your entertainer to take on a moving, what even is this? What is the... Yes, you are all terrible, terrible people. That's the point I'm laboriously trying to get to. let's go to let's go to yeah, just center of Milan, right? Why not? We can fly over much of the. Oh, I need to. Let's... Anyway, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, boys and girls. How are we all doing today? No, we're not doing that. We. Oh, actually, I need. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. Ow. Actually, it's right behind me. All good. No, we are having drinks. Yes, let's have drinks. Like, it's just this. It's weird, right? Like, nobody would expect, or I don't think many people would expect you lot. Like the cross section of our viewership is is tilted towards, like, successful professionals, etc., like people that essentially more or less keep society functioning, run the economy and all of that stuff. I think people would be scared if they knew that you guys jumped on the idea of having drinks on a Tuesday morning. What time? Oh, what time? 3 minutes. People, the popu. Oh yeah, I know. Well, of course, that's fine. Would be scared if they knew the people running the economy and society were jumping on drinks on a Tuesday morning. I think that's pretty fair if I'm honest. Oh, that's much longer than it needs to be. There we go. Okay, so now let's move this back. Yeah, why not? Look, Italy's so beautiful. Coincidentally, this, among other issues, was why the Italian front of the Second World War was such a slog, and like it really is a place that is suitable for defensives, especially given the way that the campaign worked out, right? Because the Italian campaign was just a distraction for both sides, and you could imagine that if the Allies really wanted to take Italy, they would just do a series of amphibious invasions up this, right? Slowly, bit at a time. But of course, all of the amphibious material, what am I saying? Equipment and manpower and planning went to supporting D-Day. So really, there was no further ability to really support further amphibious invasions along Italy. Anyway, that's besides that. What was I trying to talk about? Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Um, no, I really don't understand. So, so the timeline for this. Today we were supposed to actually be continuing our Persona 5 Strikers consistency run thing that was advocated within the server as being, oh look, we're doing something instead of jumping all over the place like some like Freudian id. But no, someone proposed that we should have drinks, and I can't. I didn't count how many people jumped on it, but enough was jumped on that the special proposal was fulfilled within, what was it, like 4.5 minutes. It's just like, what are you guys doing? I mean, I know the world is going to hell, but like, yes, I'm aware. Okay, yeah, I suppose I should write this down. Um, but I really don't want to talk about it, which is, let's see, this is 6 minutes. Market cap of tech is, oops. I'm personally not interested in talking about it simply because, like, it no longer has anything to do with me, so like I don't care, right? But also, cheers, drinks. I'm just having Coke though, because I'm being responsible and working, or after this I'll be working. But okay, Maria. So why are tech stocks doing so badly? Snap is the foreshadowing for the rest. Why is Snap a foreshadow for the rest? Mostly because Snap. I need to adjust that. Just let me adjust the planes. Um, Mostly because Snap has never. So like, the difference between Snapchat and things like, um, let's say, let's call it the other ones, Facebook and what other social networks are there? Because everything is Facebook, right? Because Instagram is Facebook, Facebook is Facebook. Well, I mean, yes, I realize there's TikTok, but we're actually getting to TikTok after this. What other like broad-based, society-based social networks are there? Really nothing, right? And that's credit to Mark's sort of business acumen and the amount of money that Facebook managed to accumulate. But the point is, why Snap is a good thing, because Snap has never really grown like other social networks. It so in my view, actually, TikTok, the way that it grew, really, TikTok borrowed, quote unquote, borrowed heavily from Snap. Like, I think, I think Snapchat. Well, I mean, aside from being sort of like the it's more mundane use of sending quickly disappearing naughty pictures. Like, the way that Snap actually worked was what inspired TikTok, and TikTok in return became biggest social network in North America, or rather in the developed world. Let's put it that way. But no, 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 no. Okay, we're getting off topic. We're getting off topic. Let me just say, borrowed heavily from Snap, which meant that Snap didn't grow. Anyway, and so why Snap is foreshadowing is because its revenue is grown in essentially the same way as all the other big tech companies, right? And no, no. um, More off topic. Thank you, Sidewind, my friend. Are you on vacation still? Isn't Canada not Canada Victoria Day over? But anyway, back to the topic at hand, which is that because of the way that Snap works, right? It sells basically advertisement. All big tech companies essentially grow off of their advertising revenue because they generate the reach and then monetize that reach via advertisement, and of course they'll sell stickers and they'll sell other add-on services, but really the big one is advertisement for all of them, and advertisement. And so we can see, what time is it? 11 minutes. Okay. We can see that through Snap we can see that revenues, let's call it digital revenues, have not been doing very well, and that's more a, let's call it, that's more a reflection of the economy and inflation than than lack of spending power. Actually, Sidewinder, while I have you here, how is work these days? Are you guys getting very, very busy? Because with the way that energy prices have been going, like I would assume that the Canadian oil companies are doing quite well, right? Like the sudden disappearance of essentially a Saudi Arabia's worth of potential future oil would mean that that like investment in Canada should have like jumped dramatically. I'm not sure if that has trickled down to the actual on-site work yet, or if like are staying quite steady. Yeah, that's good. Are you seeing any exploratory drilling, like are the exploratory, or rather is the exploratory work being focused on around you, like, because that would be interesting, right? Yeah, because if there's more investment, the first thing that they should do, I would assume, is exploring or trying to bring online wells that have been explored in the past but have been found to be economically unfeasible or are simply being held in reserve, right? It's uh, inside one. I'm not trying to pump you for information because that's what someone's accusing me of. I don't. My portfolio. I can't talk about it. It's all good. It's all good. No, I mean oil is. Well, I mean we've talked about it in the past. Like among the expertise that we have in the server, oil is one of those that we actually don't have, right? Like, and that's I don't know. That's perhaps just the nature of the people I met through my work, and therefore, the way that our network grew. We are. It's not that we're anti-oil or that our community is anti-oil. It's simply that we don't. Most of us don't really work adjacent to oil and gas. Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't think. I believe around my hometown is pretty much exhausted. Ah, okay. So around, presumably then Sidewinder, they are going further out into the wild to do a lot of exploration. But yeah, like we are. Maybe we should try to develop some oil assets, like not actual oil assets, but like assets, friends in the oil sector. exactly. Hold on, let me write this down. 50. Muses mused on developing assets, i.e., friends in the oil sector immediately. Year one corporation year one quote unquote ESG corporation jumped in to disabuse that notion. Okay, yep, I guess not. It's picking up for drilling even more than. Really, that's interesting. Maybe we should let's go to the Grand Prairie. Sidewinder, do you have a coordinate for me that I can steal? Like just looking around the Grand Prairie area, because that is interesting, right? As our friend is saying that there has been a pickup in drilling, even more so than last. I mean, yeah, the last several years, I would assume that it's just not. It's not been Grand Prairie. No, that's not it. Oh my god, that caught me by surprise. Can you imagine if that had said KPMG? Anyway, I was saying the last few years haven't been good for oil like Albertan oil sands type things. So I would assume okay, there we go. There we go. Set his departure. Let's fly. Hasn't been as good simply because, both, I think, with the liberals in power and oil prices being rather low, we simply saw people shutting down, and I think Sidewinder had also told us that people have, or not people, but rather companies, they defer maintenance when they don't see future cash flow coming in. But given the situation these days, I do assume that it's really spring that we do that. Okay, we will have to talk about this because just because we're developing assets we're making friends in the oil industry doesn't mean that we are distinctly like anti ESG, right? Like that would be the wrong thing to say. Like absolutely wrong thing to say. Where? I have no idea. Those are the Rockies, got it. Down there, Seattle and Vancouver, got it. Vancouver Island, got it. Cool. Okay. So let's take a look around. From what I remember from our conversations last time, these types of things tend to be like access roads and then drills, right? Like that. You see that over there. I'm climbing too high. Let's level off a bit. Oh, what is this generational warfare that's going on? Fantastic. Like obviously we're not going to see like the immediate drilling effects of drilling on what is this Bing maps, right? That's not the point. The point is to look at the land, the lay of the land, see how it looks. It is, yeah, it is flatter than I imagined actually. Like there are mountains in that direction, I think. Let's go in that direction. Ooh. Directly south of it, got it. Oops. Oh, that's a reminder, that's fine. So I usually have reminders for meetings that pop up on my watch 15 minutes. Is this called the Peace Region, Sidewinder? It's I mean it's very nice. Yeah, like things like that. You see that? And those are presumably like access roads to like drill sites, right? And with from land that has either been leased. You see, like that. That's fascinating. So there are already quite a few in the area, and now drilling is picking up here. Sidewinder, is that the case? Like over here. Yeah, so this must be what I would assume this is at least about a year or two in the past. It might be less than a year or two actually, but like they don't update these maps that frequently, right? Like it still is in this day and age quite a bit of a technical faff to update these maps quite that frequently. Like they'll take the satellite images obviously because the US has all of these satellite images, but like commercially available isn't that. Oh, look at that. That's a lot of drilling. And so if there's more drilling happening here, and Sidewinder, just out of curiosity, like for this type of area, is it far from civilization? Because right now I'm obviously not seeing a lot of townships. Like, do is it expensive to drill in these types of areas? I mean, obviously we can see that there has been quite a bit of drilling, so like it definitely made sense in the past. But in terms of like because like, well exactly like if you need to bring all of that heavy equipment out here and then you essentially you're drilling and you find nothing and then you take that equipment away, that is an investment, right? Like by the airport where we came from, that area you could imagine sort of just lots of equipment being left around there and then they sort of do a day trip out. But the further we go, the less essentially the less access there is, and so you have to actually make the road, right? That's the other thing. Like all of these roads were made simply to drill, right? Well, it is still essential, right? Like this stuff is essential. There's no getting around that. We are not in a position as humanity, relatively not expensive. That's interesting. Actually, now that you say that, Sidewin, I'm curious. What is the most expensive part of drilling? Is it? It's not even making the roads, I guess. In that case, right? Like, it's. Are these communities? Golf courses? No, just random golf courses. Oh, they're forestry roads. Oh, okay. That makes sense. So these roads, so essentially they're piggybacking off the roads that were put in place by the government of Alberta for forestry, or from the forestry industry, and they can just sort of lease a small patch of land and drill in it. That's fascinating. Look at that. Interesting. Oh, I thought I had. Oh, okay. Well, tell him to wait. Tell him to wait 2.5 minutes. I'll just wrap up here and we'll get that. We'll get that started. Yes. Okay. Yeah. No, he can wait. Give him those headphones. Yeah. He can listen. it's it's interesting if you think about it though, right? Like essentially everyone that comes to my office where I am, they if I'm broadcasting, they can see my face. So that coordinates I sent you is oh okay. I need my Did you mean what hardware am I using? I am using an iPhone. it's all really simple now because of how many because of how popular the format has become for being a VTuber, by the way. Oh, so talking about like my head shaking like this and all of that. Yeah, it's all really really cheap. Of course, like you can do it without. You can do it with just the webcam as well. Also, sidewine, I'm not seeing the coordinate. Did you send it to me on Discord? But we will have to take this up another day because I do have to. Yeah, yeah. My boy's getting impatient. Okay, to be fair, you're the one that came early for a meet. Oh, ow. Okay. Well, we bounced off the ground. That's fine. On YouTube. Um. Oops. Excuse me. I just lost YouTube's chat. Okay. Anyway, we do have to go, so we will take this up another day instead. Thank you very much for watching. Yes, I know. Thank you very much for watching. In conclusion, please download Firefox. Please don't do Chrome. I shall see all of you tomorrow. Bye.